Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Captain Clive's MTG. Today we're back for more 40k with the Necron deck. So let's get into it. Don't forget to subscribe. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're gonna start off with the good God, these names. Scorpic Lord. Anyway, a black and 2 for a 3/2 with menace. Other artifact creatures you control get +1/+0 and have menace. And it has Unearth, if you guys don't remember what that is, for a black and 2. You can put it back into play. It has haste, but you got to exile it next time it dies. So we're looking at a mono black artifact deck, apparently. So let's run it. We have the Destroyer. I'm not going to keep saying that name. 2 black and 2 for a 4/2 with Death Touch. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, it gains first strike until the end of turn. Ooh, first strike and Death Touch. And when everything's an artifact, this thing is scary. Next we have Shard of the Void Dragon. That's a cool picture actually. 3 black and 4, so 7 mana gets you a 7/7 flyer. Whenever a Shard of the Void Dragon attacks, each opponent sacrifices a non-land permanent. And then whenever an artifact is put into the graveyard from the battlefield or is put into exile from the battlefield, put 2 +1/+1 counters on Shard of the Void Dragon. Interesting. Moving on. Next we have Triarch Praetorian. Good lord. Black and 1 for 2/1 with flying. It has, when it enters the battlefield from a graveyard, you draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. Unearth 5. That's pretty sweet, not gonna lie. Not like a late game draw card like this. I'll spend 5 mana, 2 life to draw 2 cards for a card that's a 2/2 and flies and can block once and beat my opponent in the face. It seems like a deal. Next we have Scepter of Eternal Glory. So for 4 black, you get a legendary artifact that taps for a mana of any color, or tap, add 3 mana of any one color, activate only if you control 3 or more lands with the same name. I don't understand why that matters. But regardless, seems like a pretty sweet card, especially since mono black. Next we have the Technomancer, 2 black and 5 for a 5/1. When he enters the battlefield, you mill 3 cards, return any number of artifact creature cards with a total mana value 6 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That seems broken. Thank God it's expensive. But, again, this particular card can be blinked in and out. Now, I know that you can't blink it because it's mono black. But you can put this in a deck that's not mono black. And it's still artifacts. I'm just saying. Satketh Immortal, black and 2 for a 2/2 with flash. When it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on it for each creature that died this turn. Eh. Next we have the Royal Warden, 2 black and 3 for a 3/2. When the Royal Warden enters the battlefield, create 2 tapped 2/2 black Necron Warrior artifact creature tokens, unearth 4. This is disgusting. Because don't forget, there's a card that when artifacts come into play, things happen. This brings in 3 of them at one time, and you can unearth it for 3 more. So yeah, this is going to be pretty sweet in those artifact decks synergies. Be a good card. We have the Plasmancer. Okay. 2 black and 2 for a 3/3 flyer. When Plasmancer enters the battlefield, search your library for a basic swamp, reveal it, put it into your hand. Not too shabby, I guess. Black land search, it's okay. Their name is Death. So 3 black and 3 to destroy all non-artifact creatures. That's going to be pretty cool probably in all those nice artifact decks. Resurrection Orb. For 2, you get equipped creature has lifelink. Whenever equipped creature dies, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next Instep. Boy, this is going to be annoying. Start putting disenchants in your decks, boys. Moving on. Next, we have the War in Heaven. 3 black and 3. Does not have read ahead. You draw 3 cards, lose 3 life. For 6, that's not all that great. Number 2 is you mill 3 cards. Again, not too hot. Choose up to 3 target creature cards with total mana value 8 or less in your graveyard. Return each of them to the battlefield with the Necrodermis counter on it. They're artifacts in addition to the other types. I mean, seems okay, but man, 6 mana is expensive. The Nightside. So 3 colorless for a 3/1 vehicle flying. When it enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 black Necron Warrior artifact creature token. So basically, it makes something to crew itself with. Not too shabby, I guess. Next, we have the Necron Overlord, 2 black and 2. It's a 2/5, and it has Relentless March. So for X and tap X untapped artifact you control, target opponent loses X life. It's like a fireball with legs, kinda. Next, we have Tomb Blade. 2 black and 4 fly. 5/4. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, that player loses life equal to the number of creatures they control unless they sacrifice a creature. That's kind of weird. So 2 black and 6 to unearth it. I mean, it'd be pretty good against a token deck, maybe. But they got so many tokens they want to sacrifice one, they're probably going to beat you up and then run you over anyway. But, moving on. The Necron monolith, 7 mana for a 7/7 flying indestructible vehicle. It has, whenever the Necron monolith attacks, mill 3 cards. For each creature card mill this way, create a 2/2 black Necron warrior artifact creature token. Crew 4. It's alright. Oh, look at this. It's the Tomb Fortress. So we got a land, comes battlefield tapped. Already don't like it. Taps for a black, woohoo. So for 2 and 3 black, you can exile the fortress, mill 4 cards, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, activate only as a sorcery. Alright, so I can see this as a pretty good one of include on pretty much any deck with black mana. Not even gonna lie. Necron Deathmark, 2 black and 3 for a 5/3 with flash. When it enters the battlefield, destroy up to 1 target creature and target player mills 3 cards. That's not bad for 5 mana, I ain't gonna lie. And it has flash and do it at the end of their turn. I think this will get played a lot. We have the Locust Heavy Destroyer. It looks like somebody's just riding a gun. Anyway, 3 black and 1 for a 3/2 flying. When it enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature. Unearth for 8. Good God. Okay, I was just reading it down there. So even if you sacrifice this, it still gets exiled. You can't just like for 8 mana just be like, put it in play, kill your stuff, put it in play, kill your stuff. Sorry, like I said, I don't read these cards ahead, guys. Triarch Stalker, 2 black and 3 for a 4/5. Beginning of your combat on your turn, choose an opponent. Creatures attacking the last chosen player have menace. Alright. Next we have Crypto Thrall. Oh, it doesn't say it's a Thrall. Anyway, 4 colors for a 3/3. Other artifact creatures you control have hexproof. That's pretty cool. Next we have the Flayed one. So black and 2 for a 4/1 with lifelink. When it enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards. I mean, if you want to get stuff in your graveyard. Ghost Ark. 4 colorless for a 3/3 flyer. Whenever Ghost Ark becomes crewed, each artifact creature card in your graveyard gains unearth of 3 colorless till end of turn. Wow, this seems really good. Yeah. Hexmark Destroyer, 2 black and 4 for a 6/6. Hexmark Destroyer can't be blocked except by 6 or more creatures. Okay. Unearth 6. That's interesting. Moving on. Convergence of Dominion. So 3 colorless for as long as you control your commander, activate abilities of cards in your graveyard cost 2 less to activate. This effect can't reduce mana values to less than 1 mana. You can mill 3 cards. So this is a good reason to have that card out that says everything has unearth, because it just all becomes cheap. Cheap as dirt. Anyway. Next we have the Chrono Master, black and 1 for a 1/1 flying. 1 and tap it, sacrifice another artifact, draw a card. Pretty cool. Unearth of black and 2. So since everything in your deck's artifacts anyway, this is basically a 1 mana sacrifice, draw a card. This is going to see a lot of play in a lot of things. Not even lying. Kenopet Wrath. 3 colors for a 2/1. It can't be blocked. When it deals combat damage to a player, you may pay 3 colors and sacrifice it. If you do, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards with the same name as a land you control. Put them on the battlefield tapped and shuffle. I mean, this seems cool, but I just don't think it's going to do enough. Tomb Sentinel, 4 colors for a 4/3. Vigilance. Enters the battlefield from the graveyard. Exile up to 1 target non-land permanent. Alright, so if you pay 7 mana, you get a 4/3 for 1 turn, you get to exile something. We have a Spider, 5 colors for a 4/4 flyer. Why does the Spider fly? Anyway, never mind. Whenever another non-token artifact, creature, or vehicle enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. This thing is bonkers. Like, yeah, this is going to be in every artifact deck, just hands down. All right, we have the Scarab Swarm, 4 colors for a 1/1 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, exile target player's graveyard for each artifact or land card exiled this way. Create a 1/1 colorless insect artifact creature token with flying. Seems pretty sweet, not gonna lie. Next we have their number is Legion. 4 black and X. Create X tapped. Tapped? Create X tapped 2/2. Black Necron Warrior artifact creature tokens. Then you gain life equal to the number of artifacts you control. Exile their number is Legion. You may cast their number is Legion from your graveyard. Alright. That's actually pretty cool late game and early game. So the Traveler, black and 4 for a 4/4. Whenever he attacks, you may cast an artifact spell from your hand or graveyard by paying life equal to its mana value instead of its cost. It's going to depend. Alright, we have, what is this? Alright, hang on, I got this. I want to Google it. Watch this. Ta-da! There it is, Shard of Nightbringer. So, 3 black and 5. It's flying, has drain life. So, when it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, target opponent loses half their life rounded up. You gain equal to the life lost. Okay. I guess Big Miss Laser Eyeballs is actually not too bad late game. Now, we have the Biotransference, I think is what that's called. 2 black and 2 for an enchantment. Creatures you control are artifacts in addition to other types. The same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you lose a life, make a 2/2. Okay, so it's kind of like a 4-mana Bitter Blossom that you have to cast a card for. Which, if you combine this with the other one that says draw a card when you play an artifact, this could be a thing. I can see this be a thing. Next, we have Illuminator Xeros. Black and 2 for a 3/3. Sacrifice another creature. Add an amount of black mana equal to the sacrificed creature's mana value. Alright, not terrible, but it's whatever. Next, we have kryptek. Black and 3 for a 3/3. Black and 1, choose another target artifact creature you control. When that creature dies this turn, return it to the battlefield tapped under your control. So this is a really good way to save your creatures in combat. Like, you can still let them kill the opponent's creatures and stuff and let them die and they just come back. So this is like a pretty good combat trick, honestly. Unfortunately, it's on the field. Out of the Tombs, black and 2 enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, put 2 con counters on Out of the Tombs. Then mill cards equal to the number of con counters on it. If you would draw a card while your library has no cards in it, instead return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. If you can't, you lose the game. There's going to be a deck around that. I'm telling you what. Just this card. Like, not even on theme. Like, just the ability to just mill yourself to death. It's going to be amazing. Next, we have 2 black and 4 for a 4/6 Death Touch. As long as the Infinite is on the battlefield, it has all the activated abilities of all artifact cards in your graveyard. Kind of expensive, to be honest with you. Alright, Lich Guard. Black and 2 for a 2/3. Black and 3, you can sacrifice Lich Guard, return all legendary creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Alright, that'd be pretty good as a one of in several decks that runs legendary creatures that you only get back one. You can only have one of in your deck. So, yeah, I think this guy's gonna see play. Next, we have the Psychomancer. Black and 1 for a 1/1 flyer. Whenever the Psychomancer or another non-token artifact you control is put into the graveyard or is put in exile, target opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. I think I've already talked about this one. Back to Google. No, I'm joking, guys. So, with all that said, that is the Necron deck and all the new cards from the Necron deck. This deck looks pretty cool. Looks like it has some pretty decent synergies. I'm not going to lie. A lot of cards in this deck have so much versatility with graveyard, shenanigans, hate, graveyard abuse, things to do coming in from the graveyard. Like, it kind of does it all. I think we're going to see a lot of cards from this deck show up in other commander decks. Which, I know, that always happens as well. But I think there's a very high level of cards from this deck in particular that if someone's playing black they're going to want to put a couple of these cards in, regardless of them playing this whole theme of Necron. So that's just my viewpoint. You guys tell me what you think down below. Don't forget, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, comments down below is going to feed the YouTube algorithm. I do appreciate it. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so sub up. If you've done everything you can, you've already subscribed, thank you. If you'd like to do a little more, links in the description to the eBay store, Patreon, and my personal email. Feel free to reach out and say hey. So with all that said, until next time, be kind. And as always, I hope to see you across from the game table.